Hey guys, it's been a while since I last narrated. Felt like years, might actually have been years. I haven't been keeping track. I'm not saying that I'll be back for certain. It is just a one-off thing, but it was a very fun match against a fellow YouTuber by Necrostevo. Now, if you haven't already heard of him, definitely check him out. I'll be telling you more about him at the end of this video. But right now, I suppose all you want to see is a match anyway, so let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna leave my specially defensive heat run here because I am packing the lava plume, and I don't think that anything on his team is quite keen on taking it, especially with the 30% burn chance. Like, his only fire resist is his Gyarados, and that does not appreciate being burned. Trust me, I am a huge Gyarados user. I know Gyaradoses, and they, you know, hate status of any kind. So he's gonna leave this Raikou. Not exactly why he led with it, but I don't care. I'm just gonna like get out my Stealth Rocks before his Gyarados can Mega Evolve and take reduced damage from it. And you know, Stealth Rocks is just one of those things that you have to have up in any game. So I go for mine here. Now, seeing this Landorus, I'm thinking it's Scarf because he doesn't seem to have any sort of Revenge Killers or Choice Scarf users on his team. I mean, other than this Landorus. So predicting the Earthquake or the U-turn, I'm gonna go to my Talonflame because I can take either very comfortably. But here we have the complementary exchange of Stealth Rocks, and the problem I have here is that I don't have any hazard control on my team, whereas he has a Fortress. So now that he's revealed to me that he's defensive, I'm gonna U-turn out of here because I know that nothing that my Talonflame carries is gonna do a lot of damage, and I am choice banded anyway, so he has solid switches into like my Talonflame if I'm not using Flare Blitz in his Fortress, and if I use Flare Blitz he has his Gyarados, you know. So I'm gonna go to my Tsumugi, my Shiny Sylveon, purely predicting the U-turn to sack it because I didn't want to give him like an opportunity to injure something that was vital to my team. And Tsumugi was like the most useless looking thing on my team in this game anyway, because it is a specially defensive war, but his only special attackers are his Raikou and his Gengar, and obviously I'm not gonna war Gengar for shit being a poison type. So seeing the Black Sludge kind of prompts me into thinking that he is a sub-disabled Gengar. Predicting a substitute, not really predicting anyway. Like I said, I just wanted like some damage on his Gengar because I'm just sacking my Tsumugi, but he goes for the substitute, which is a very good thing because he's just lowering himself, and on top of that I get a crit, which means that I am gonna be able to take him out in 2 hits behind a substitute. He sort of thinks that the poison hacks from Sludge Bomb makes up for it. It wasn't game changing obviously, but you know, it helped his morale according to him anyway, so whatever, take that however you will. Now he's gonna send out this Tornadus. Now, I was kind of glad that he sent in his Tornadoes actually, because A, he's taking Stealth Rocks, B, he's forced to make contact with me if he does not want to risk Hurricane, and that means that he's gonna be taking Stealth Rocks and, actually Rocky Helmet and Stealth Rocks. Fucking stop saying Stealth Rocks! Rocky Helmet and Life Orb Recoil, which cleanly puts him into half. So, I wasn't sure what kind of Tornadoes this is, and seeing the knockoff kind of makes me think that he's a mixed fucking not Landorus, Tornadus. Now, nobody uses Tornadoes anyway. I just keep saying Landorus just out of habit because he is the only rust thing I actually see. So he's gonna go out to this Raikou for some reason. I'm gonna have to send in my Glaceon, pretty much forced to do it, because nothing on my team actually enjoys taking a Hurricane, and Glaceon is the only thing that can immediately force it out, you know. But he goes out to this Raikou for some reason. I go for the Yawn, predicting the Fortress, and I know that because he sends out this thing, he can immediately Volt Switch out and, you know, negate my Yawn. So I know I can take a Volt Switch because, you know, it's not Thunderbolt, and I can go for the Wish because my Glaceon is getting low. Now he sends in this Fortress, which is exactly what I wanted to see, because while I don't have a very good way of damaging it with my Glaceon, I am baiting him to go for the Gyro Ball because I am packing the weakness policy. I can easily take a, the Gyro Ball, and then I can Baton Pass it out to my sweepers, like either my Gyarados or my Sceptile, for like massive damage. But he goes for the Rapid Spin here. I don't much care because I can easily send in Heat Run at any point right now and set it up again. I go to Wish again, just sort of hoping he will go for the Gyro Ball. Unfortunately, he's a bit too smart for that. He goes for the Volt Switch. I thought that he might want to sack his Fortress for Sleep Fodder just to prevent me from yawning him, but apparently he's too smart and too conservative for that, which is But anyway, he goes out to this Raikou. His Thunderbolt doesn't do too much, which doesn't worry me, but in exchange, my Ice Beam does nothing as well, and I'm like, what the hell kind of demon love job is this Raikou? Because I'm not used to seeing my base 130 special attack Ice Beam do that little damage. Granted, I am specially defensive, but that was still too little damage. But here he goes for the Volt Switch after the Thunderbolt, revealing that he is not choice locked, which is sort of a good thing, I guess, because now I'm assured that my Sceptile, especially after I Mega Evolve, can outspeed it and not get hit with a Hidden Power Ice, assuming I can OHKO it before it can OHKO me. But given that kind of monstrous special bulk, I'm starting to doubt it at this point. So right now I'm gonna go to my Heat Run because it is generally a good switch. I don't think he's gonna go for the Volt Switch, and I just want to Lava Plume everything on his team, especially his Raikou. But then again, damage on anything on his team right now would have been good, and like I said, Lava Plume generally applies a lot of pressure on his team right now. But he goes for the Gyro Ball now, which pisses me the hell off because I was baiting for him to do that the whole game, but he chooses to do it right now when my Glaceon is off the field, and I'm like, ah. I'm pretty sure he wasn't predicting that because, you know, that Glaceon set is entirely original, true to X-Square origins. Though I have lost a lot of my originality, haven't I? Anyway, go for the Lava Plume. He sends out this Tornadus, completely fine by me. I mean, I know it's not the Raikou that I was hoping for, but then again, you know, I'm pretty sure a Superpower isn't gonna OHKO me at this range. And in return, after Stealth Rocks, I can 2 KO with the Lava Plume, which means my Heat Run is kind of doing its job. And this Tornadus is kind of a big threat to my team anyway, so I have no complaints about getting this team out of the way at all. So he superpowers me. It doesn't kill me, yes, but it puts me into range for a lot of his shit, most notably his Raikou's Thunderbolt. I'm not entirely sure what kind of set he's running, but it's kind of plausible that he might take me out at this point with a Thunderbolt. But he goes out to this Gyarados, he reveals the Intimidate, which is very good because I'm kind of reliant on sacking things to handle a Gyarados at this point, because this team is kind of hyper offensive and I don't focus on my defense a lot. So he Mega Evolves his Gyarados immediately, which is very good news for me, and he goes for the sub, which is even better because now I can roar it out. And now that he loses his neutrality to Grass, my Sceptile can come in and revenge kill it, provided he does not get a Dragon Dance out, which is what I. And I mean, I did risk getting a Waterfall in the face just now, but you know, if he got a Waterfall off, I could just send in my Sceptile, outspeed it, and OHKO with a Giga Drain. But he didn't, and if he goes for the Dragon Dance, obviously I would negate that with my Raw, so there was no way in hell that Gyarados was gonna sweep my team by that point. So out comes his Raikou. Because of my leftovers recovery from having to deal with the Tornadoes just now, I was actually able to take the Thunderbolt, and right now I think I went for the Protect. Yeah, I went for the Protect before, I think. Now he's gonna go for the Volt Switch. I'm not entirely sure why he has to go for the Volt Switch, especially since if he KO'd me, I would get a Switch Initiative and not him. But because he go for the Volt Switch and not the Thunderbolt, I'm actually able to survive with 1 HP to add on to his recent chain of misfortune with like 1 HP survivals. And I get another Lava Plume off to his Landorus, which I would dearly love to burn, but luck is not on my side. I mean, I did survive that Volt Switch, I'm not complaining, but I would dearly love to burn that Landorus, especially since he has Rock Slide. And because my Sayaka, my Gyarados has Intimidate as well, so those two combined would make it kind of set up fodder for me. But even though I didn't get a burn, I'm pretty confident about surviving a Rock Slide or two, especially after Intimidate. So I'm just gonna send in my Gyarados right now. It's not my Mega, and I'm hoping to get a Dragon Dance off. I know I'm not gonna sweep his team with his Gyarados at 3/4 health and his Fortress at damn near full, but I would just love to soften his Fortress up right now, because as things stand right now, the only thing that could reliably switch into a Sceptile on his team is his Fortress, and if I can get a +1 Waterfall off on it after I kill this Landorus, that would be amazing. But he flinches me and manages to 2 KO me with Rock Slide after Stealth Rocks, which is very unfortunate. I was sort of anticipating surviving a second Rock Slide actually, but didn't work out that way. I'm gonna have to send in my Mega Sceptile right now. I'm gonna have to play very conservatively right here because I'm running out of ways to deal with a Fortress. My Sceptile easily picks off his Landorus, but I think his Landorus has already done its job. I mean, instead of Stealth Rocks, it took out my Gyarados, it took out my heat run, so that's sort of a very important role that he played. But he sends out his Raikou here. I'm not entirely sure why, especially now that I'm Mega Evolved, I have the Lightning Rod and I'm faster than it, and at that health range I might be able to KO it with a Dragon Pulse. I mean, yeah, it has monstrous special bulk, but I'm not entirely sure. But either way, I'm just gonna take this opportunity to set up a substitute right now, because this thing is a sub-punching Sceptile. I don't have Hidden Power Fire on this thing. I mean, if I had Hidden Power Fire, this game would have been mine right here. I would have OHKO'd that Fortress, or at least 2H KO, and nothing on his team again would have enjoyed taking on a Mega Sceptile. The funny thing is, I actually have the IVs for Hidden Power Fire, but not the move itself, because when ORAS first came out and I played through the game, my starter was Sceptile. I love this thing so much, and I thought to myself, I had to get a competitive Sceptile. So the problem is, I didn't even know what I wanted it to do, so I just bred a Sceptile with Hidden Power Fire IVs and then decided what I wanted to do from there, and I went with a sub-punching set because I'm a retard. So I'm gonna go to my Gazette here. I finally get the Weakness Policy boost, which means I can Baton Pass it out to like my sweepers right now. Although right now I only have Talonflame and my Mega Sceptile left, none of which is gonna enjoy taking a Gyro Ball, especially after Stealth Rocks. I would love to still have my Gyarados right now, because I would have a +2 waterfall to smack that thing with, and which might or might not take it out, but it would definitely leave it in range for my Sceptile's Dragon Pulse, I think. I mean, I know Fortress has a lot of defense, but not that much, you know. Anyway, gonna go out to my Mega Sceptile. No chance in hell it's gonna take that Gyro Ball because of my immense speed. I've EV8 to outspeed like base 130 positive natured Pokemon after Mega Evolution, and I'm running Hasty Nature instead of Naive because I thought that thing might be taking special hits, given its quad resistance to water and grass, you know. So I have a Talonflame left. It is Choice Band. No way in hell it's gonna take out his entire team with just Flare Blitz. I mean, even if I wasn't Choice Band, you know, Brave Bird wasn't gonna do shit to a Mega Gyarados anyway, especially since I'm not running max attack on this thing. I've actually EV'd this thing to outspeed Greninjas because I'm a retard. But anyway, his Mega Gyarados comes in. No, like I said, no chance in hell I'm gonna like take it out even with like a crit burn, which I don't get either. And he's gonna kill me with a Waterfall. Now, that's the thing, that's the cool thing about Necrostevo. He uses all this niche Pokemon, I'm not sure how you pronounce the word, but he uses all these niche Pokemon, and he somehow makes it work. He has this immense synergy in his team that kind of makes it really hard to play around. And trust me when I say I love Mega Gyarados' design. I would love to use a Mega Gyarados, but I couldn't make a team around it that actually worked. And he made it work, as you can tell. And that's kind of a skill, a talent that I would love to have there at Zones, and that's why I would recommend you check out his channel. And I love his style, his commentary style, his battling style. I love it. And his video style, he does all these like fun little Pokefacts thing, and it's kind of like, it's not what you find with every other YouTuber out there, which is kind of what makes him unique, and which is what, you know, makes me watch his videos even after all these years after I retired from Pokemon, sort of quote-unquote retired. It's kind of an on-off thing for me, you know. And that's a garbage Dratini. Anyway, I'm not sure if that means I'll be back into playing Pokemon. My time has been very scarce lately, especially since I'm like serving full-time national service. Because, you know, 21-year-old Singaporean male, it's not the best kind of combo to have. That means my schedule is kind of messed up. I don't even know how much free time I'll have and what I'm gonna do with that free time. So Pokemon is kind of out of the question now. This is more of a one-off thing, though. You're free to try to challenge me on Skype, but the thing is I don't even go on Skype that often right now. I'm just dead, like socially, right now. So I mean, you can try. I would love to get a game, because right now the hardest part of Pokemon is not the breeding, it's not the prediction, it's not the skills, it is not the team building, it is just finding a game. That is the hardest part of Pokemon right now. So we'll see how it goes. I think I've rambled on enough. Thank you for sticking with me through the end of the video, and we'll see you next upload, if there is a next time. Ha ha ha.